Thank you, parents of Aries children, so much for watching. I hope already that you tuned into the first introductory video. I'm going to try to start doing those with every month, so that you're getting an overview of the reoccurring themes, or new cards that I may be using. So please, if you could, watch that first, and then that way your reading will make more sense. So thank you again for doing that and also watching. So for the month of, hopefully you can see that. We got glare. But for the month of November, your child is embodying the dove energy, which speaks of peace and, give me 1 second, sexuality, divine inspiration, so on and so forth. And hopefully you can see that okay. This was a very heavy read. But I feel that the overall monthly energy for your child is, it's like some kind of resurrection energy that's building inside of them. Definitely a component of experiencing pain, but rising above it, or being resilient in the midst of it. That kind of overarching energy. Now it's funny because this card represents divine inspiration, but as far as their overall energy, their vibration for the month, they have the lavender card in reverse. I'm going to show you what it looks like in the upright. And so it speaks to connecting with your mind and your body and your soul. And I'm getting the sense that there is a desire to want to, but there may be difficulty that's inhibiting them to be able to be in complete and full alignment. For their challenge for the month of November, they have the Snowflake Obsidian card, which is like one of my favorite ones. Trying to, hopefully you can see that okay, but just pause it if you need to look at the card further. But the Snowflake Obsidian card, it speaks of just empowerment and protection and new ideas. And I'm just getting that this isn't the time. Maybe this is a time of building where they're collecting all of these things to serve a later purpose. They may feel not in their full element. They may not feel empowered this month. They may feel vulnerable. But there's some kind of wound. There's some kind of opening that is not closed off. For their emotion card for the month of November, they have the service card in reverse. And it says, I feel good when I can help others. So there could be something where they want to help, but they feel like they can't. Like, I want to help. Like there's this hindrance that's not allowing them to help this month. They want to be, they want to function in that service, but they can't. Or maybe they may not be feeling like they want to help, but there's some kind of resistance or block that's keeping them from either being able to get that feel-good feeling from from serving, or they don't want to. They may not be feeling it. They may have an attitude. So depending on the age, you may get have an Aries child that is dealing with attitude this month, where, you know, like kind of that energy, or they may feel disempowered, they may just, something is amiss. But their goal for this month is they have, you know, I am one of a kind. And they are. And that's something that in the midst of all of this happening this month, this is something that they need to be reminded of. That today, that they will do something to express their uniqueness. You know, something that reinforces their own unique behaviors, their own unique personality. So I know that there's 5 weeks actually in the month of November, but I'm only doing the course of 4 just to make it easier, I guess for me, because it's like hard stop energy, you know, there really isn't. So all of these can kind of flow in and out over the course of the month of November. They have and this is in reverse, but I want to show you what the card looks like. They have the happy card in reverse. During the first week, during the second week of November, they have the Fates card. During the third week of November, they have the Mending card in reverse. And I'll let you see what that picture looks like. And then they have the Yin in the upright. So over the course of the first, you know, energy of the introductory energy of November is, they're not, it's like something has taken their joy. It's like a deflation, or they're not happy, obviously. I don't know what happened, but they're like down in the dumps, or maybe, you know, they're being asked not to take things so seriously. But they're just not functioning in that happy, natural, joyous energy that most fire signs have. During the second week, they're definitely having to accept something as it is, and I don't know what that could be. When I first read these cards, it felt very heavy, very tragic. You know, like just accepting the loss of someone. That could be the case for some, but it's just accepting something. During the third week, they have the Mending card in reverse, and it almost feels like it's going with the Fates card, that, you know, maybe there's things that are beyond their control. You know, taking their time, accepting. Give me one moment. You know, that it speaks of heartbreak and grief and a loss. And so I don't know what this is pertaining to. It just feels like there is, I feel like, sadly, there could be for some of you a grieving that your child is experiencing during the third week of November. It could have happened earlier, and now just in this week they're dealing with it. But there may be questions of like, why? Like, why do I have to feel this pain, this loss, you know, and struggling with letting that go. And in the fourth week, of course, they are finally accepting and then receiving. I don't want to read too deeply into these cards, even though I know that I could, because I don't want to isolate someone's experience. Someone may be dealing with grief on the level of, you know, a passing. Some people may be dealing with something more small. And so I don't desire to hyper focus on one scenario, but just kind of highlight the brief overviews of what your child may be experiencing. But there's definitely a sadness, an acceptance, you know, like a grief or a loss, and then coming to the place where it still hurts, but they're in a place to receive compassion, to receive and to accept. For their what's changing, the transition, the life change that they're experiencing, they have the leaving card in reverse. This is what it looks like in the upright. And the leaving card in reverse, it just tells me that somebody, they're not leaving, but I feel like somebody close to them is leaving. And it hurts. It's not, oh, we're leaving and we're going to a happy place, we're moving, or some good transition. It hurts. And I don't know what this is. I don't know if somebody is leaving the house. I don't know if someone is physically, dying, like leaving this realm. I don't know if it's a loss of a relationship. But something important to them is leaving. There is a loss. There is an exit. There is a breaking and a pulling away that they're having to grapple with this month, and it hurts. The solution, your child has the emotional healing card in the upright, and hopefully, I gotta read this way, I guess. It's safe for you to let go of old emotional pain. By doing so, you allow your heart to mend. So it almost feels like your child by the end of the month may experience a level of emotional healing. And I thought this was so beautiful. I was like, okay, well, how can the parents help their child? And you have the support card. Because whatever they're experiencing, whatever loss that is so... And you see, it's like there's comfort. You got people who are supporting. Whatever this is, you are supporting them. In the back of the card, there's always, I'll hold it so you can see it and pause it. But it says, expect help. A divine power more magnificent than anything else that exists on the planet is ready to support our every move. So just be mindful of that. Not only are you there to support them, that's your role this month. There's also angelic help supporting you all too. Now, this is a card for you, mom and dad. This card speaks to what you are experiencing this month. And give me 1 second. And I want to say it speaks to contemplation. Yes. So this is the upright of the card. You have it in the reverse. And this speaks of analysis, awareness. And you just look at how this woman is thinking. She has a lot on her mind. She's naked. She's vulnerable. She's almost like in a state of, listlessness or just in deep thought about something. She's surrounded by thinkers. And I just get the sense that you are, whatever happened this month or whatever is happening in November, it is affecting you obviously too. And it's just something that you're thinking about. It's something that's coming to your awareness, something that you're grappling with, something that you have to make peace with. But you are being encouraged and asked to just be honest with yourself, please. That's the best thing that you can do, is be honest with yourself. And says, I'm committed to staying true to myself, no matter what. So thank you so much for watching. If this resonates with you, please please share it if you believe that this could be helpful to someone else that you know that has an Aries child, or any of these readings for that matter. And we will see you again in December.